Hello dear followers, this is Burundi National Television. Welcome to the English News Edition headlines. The President of Burundi, Evariste Ndayishimiye, urged the newly appointed governor of Gitega province to serve the citizens and respond to their needs. He made this statement during the swearing ceremony of the new governor, Liboire Bigirimana, held at Ingoma Stadium in the political capital Gitega. And what the news, fear and uncertainty have gripped undocumented migrants across the United States as intensified immigration enforcement measures and shifting policies raise many experts about deportation. Welcome dear viewer to details now. I'm Jackson Ilakoze. The President of Burundi, Evariste Ndayishimiye, urged the newly appointed governor of Gitega province to serve citizens and respond to their needs. He made this statement during the swearing-in ceremony of the new governor, Liboire Bigirimana, held at Ingoma Stadium in the political capital city of Gitega. He called on the new governor to develop and bring prosperity to Gitega province. And also this afternoon, Burundian President Evariste Ndayishimiye joined the members of the ruling CNDD-FDD party for player gathering in the political capital Gitega. He urged all Burundians to work toward the country's development. The president called on leaders to safeguard national assets and promote actions that benefit citizens so that Burundian families have a bright future and the nation may achieve its development goals, as our colleague Diodonde Sasaba told us. And here also in Bujumbura, in the same line, the Deputy Secretary General of the CNDD-FDD party, Cyriaque Nshimiyimana, urged newly elected CNDD-FDD leaders to place citizens' interests at the center of their responsibilities in order to meet the expectation of the people who elected them. He made this statement on this Thursday while attending an ecumenical player gathering with party members from Bujumbura province, an event organized by the ruling party every last Thursday of the month. Also, here in Bujumbura, also, Gelas Daniel Ndabirabe, elected in the province of Butanyerera, has resumed the presidency of the National Assembly for the next 5 years. This election followed the vote held on July 31st at Kigobe Hemicycle, where members of parliament gathered this Thursday morning to elect the bureau of the institution. He was elected with 98.1% of the vote. Evariste Niyonkuru was in Kigobe.
During the session held on July 31st, 2025, the primary objective was to establish the Bureau of the National Assembly of Burundi for the upcoming 5-year legislature. Only one candidate had stood for the position of the Speaker of the National Assembly, that is Gelas Daniel Ndabirabe, a Hutu MP elected in the province of Butanyerera. He was elected by 111 deputies, amounting to 98.1% of the vote. For the position of the first deputy speaker, there was also a single candidate who is Fabrice Nkurunziza, a Tutsi MP from Burunga province. He secured 110 out of 111 votes, or 99.1% with the one invalid ballot. As the second deputy speaker, again a sole candidate was presented. Mrs. Busesia Ngezimana, an MP elected from Buhumuza province. She was unanimously elected, receiving all 111 votes, representing 100%. In his address, the newly elected Speaker of the National Assembly, Gelas Daniel Ndabirabe, thanked his fellow members for their trust. He reminded them for their core responsibilities, including ensuring that the government action serves the interests of the citizens, reviewing and passing bills submitted to the executive, among other duties. He further announced that one of the priorities of this legislature would be the establishment of the provincial branches of the National Assembly. It's worth noting that these elections were conducted in accordance with the Article 16 of the new internal rules governing the National Assembly for the current 5-year term, recently adopted by the Assembly and validated by the Constitutional Court.
As we informed you yesterday, after the opening of the Restaurant Week, The Vice President Prosper Bazombanza organized a ceremony to inaugurate new pedestrian crossing lines on DRC Avenue in the city center of Bujumbura. At the same time, a new system was officially launched for registering individuals for insurance and inspecting unregistered vehicles. And this Thursday marked the closing of medical campaign at Prince Jean-Charles Hospital aimed at screening and treating various patients. The activity was carried out by Dr. from William Benjamin Mkapa Hospital. The First Lady of Burundi, Angine Ndayishimiye, who honored the ceremony, stated that this initiative reflects the strong cooperative relations between Burundi and Tanzania. She also mentioned that health is a vital asset for achieving sustainable development. An exchange of notes was signed for two major economic cooperation projects between Burundi and Japan. This cooperation aims to support Burundian development, particularly in implementing its national vision to become an emerging country by 2040 and a developed one by 2060. Elsie Olkamkama details.
Those two notes that were sent by the ambassador of Japan to Burundi, Isawa Fukushima, and the Burundian Foreign Minister Albert Shingiro are for supporting Burundi to lead development. The first one was about food security, where it will be given, and the second is about medical equipment that will be given to Prince Jean-Charles Hospital. As he said, Ambassador Isawa Fukushima, the cooperation is based on Japanese philosophy that is based on caring about each person's well-being. The reason why food security and health, well, the domain of intervention. And Albert Shingiro, Minister of Foreign Affairs, on his side, he said that Japan and Burundi are linked by a long partnership that is since 1963 in different domains such as engineering, architecture, laws, health, education, and so on, and has continued his speech by thanking the Japanese government for his tireless assistance toward Burundi along all its process to reach Burundi vision emergent in 2040 and developed in 2060. Note that the food security assistance is worth of about $1 million of US, and the medical equipment assistance is worth of to $2.6 million of US.
Always here in Bujumbura, a conference debate was held this Wednesday by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and the non-governmental organization MIPAREC for community leaders in the commune of Nyabihanga. The objective of the conference was to raise awareness of the inter-community reconciliation efforts carried by the MIPAREC and the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Marius Muhigwe for more.
This conference, co-hosted by the ENGO MIPAREC and the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, was organized by the community leaders in the new expanded commune of Nyabihanga, Uyali in Gitega province. It was an opportunity to exchange ideas and raise awareness of various actions undertaken by MIPAREC and the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in the area of restoring peace and reconciliation within communities, as well as the transitional justice. As explained during the conference, MIPAREC worked to restore social peace through transitional justice, organizing reconciliation sessions through mutual forgiveness, and establishing peace and social harmony committees. Pastor Irina Himana, Commissioner of Truth and Reconciliation Commission, outlined the actions already taken by Truth and Reconciliation Commission in the search for truth, particularly regarding the 1972 crisis. He outlined the methods of material reparations, and for the victims of this crisis, the Commissioner announced that hundreds of the Truth and Reconciliation Commissions will be re-established in the provinces. It was also an opportunity to listen to some testimonies related to reconciliation initiated. Among similar questions, responses were provided back by MIPAREC along with the Truth and the Reconciliation Commission.
Fear and uncertainty have gripped undocumented migrants across the United States as intensified immigration enforcement measures and shifting policies leave many anxious about possible detention or deportation. Take a listen.
These non-profit workers have become a lifeline for hundreds of undocumented people in LA. They bring food to 60-year-old Alberto, who's been living secluded in a small room for more than a month now, paralysed by the fear of being taken by immigration officers.
It's terrible. I wouldn't wish this imprisonment on anyone.
He usually works at a car wash but stopped going after he saw some of his friends get arrested and deported by masked agents. To support him, the Clean Car Wash Worker Centre delivers food to his room twice a week.
We had a couple of members get arrested as soon as the raid started the first day. From that moment, we started getting outreach from members saying that they needed help, they can't go out to work, they can't go out to the street, they're scared to go out. And that's when we started developing the plan of food distribution. And the reason why we do it to their home instead of them picking up like a typical distribution, so they don't take that risk of going out into the street, being out exposed to taking that risk of possibly getting detained or getting questioned.
The organisation also delivers food to Marisol, who fled to LA 15 years ago from Honduras after a gang tried to forcibly recruit her children. Now trapped in her apartment, she's put up curtains to block views through the front windows.
The uncertainty prevents us from sleeping. For example, last night, at about 2 a.m., my daughter and I just couldn't sleep. The paranoia takes over.
Immigrants make up a third of the population in LA County, and hundreds of thousands of them are believed to be undocumented. In June, ICE agents arrested more than 2,200 people in the Los Angeles area.
Also in world news, tragedy in Gaza. Dozens of people have been killed while desperately seeking humanitarian aid. In what is being described as yet another devastating blow to civilians, a lady caught in the grip of crisis. The incident has sparked a new international concern over the worsening humanitarian situation in the region. Donald Trump, the president of the United States of America, said the fastest way to end the humanitarian crisis in Gaza is for Hamas to surrender and release the hostages. Also, I urge you to take a listen.
A handshake between the Israeli Prime Minister and US envoy Steve Witkoff freshly arrived in Jerusalem to talk next steps in Gaza. Earlier on Thursday, Donald Trump posted to social media, taking a staunchly pro-Israel line.
The fastest way to end the humanitarian crisis in Gaza is for Hamas to surrender and release the hostages.
Ceasefire negotiations between Israel and Hamas broke down in Doha last week, with Israel refusing to promise complete military withdrawal in the event of a ceasefire or to envisage a Gaza Strip still ruled by Hamas. Tel Aviv appeared to have thrown in the towel when Netanyahu announced that Israel, alongside the United States, were considering alternative options for retrieving the hostages. This, as images of unfolding famine in the Gaza Strip have provoked international outcry. On Thursday, families flocked to the Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza to identify the bodies of their loved ones, the morning after yet another massacre at an aid distribution point.
This is my brother Maraz, the youngest in our family. Died while trying to find something to eat for his daughters. He didn't have any older children. He only wanted to bring them something to eat. The poor thing. He didn't even have flour. There is no food.
Israel have implemented daily humanitarian pauses on key aid routes, a measure UN agencies have called far from sufficient, especially as Israeli airstrikes have continued.
The trade tariff deadline is looming large, and with it increases in the cost of doing business with the United States. So far, South Korea, the UK, the EU, Indonesia, Japan, the Philippines and Vietnam.
At the end of our news edition, keep watching our program. Take care.